Traders, in this video I'll talk about what I learned after analyzing so many chart patterns, probably 1,000 chart patterns. I'll talk to you about what I found out from the analysis, which one I use, right? So after looking at all of those, I found one that works for me. That's the best one. That's the one I use every single day. That's the strategy that I depend on. I'll explain my strategy. I'll show you an example. This should be a very good video. Make some notes. So for example, this trade that I took, well, these two trades that I took, I made $14,000. One trade over here, entry over here, exit over here, another entry over here, another exit over here. And these two trades use the pattern that I'm about to explain in this video. So let's get to it. So what are the shocking findings that I found when I studied all these patterns, right? Take a look at the pictures to the right. This kind of goes over what most of these patterns go over. And there's three main points that I realized when I looked at all of these patterns. The first thing I realized was that so many of these patterns are so unbelievably complex. It's not simple. It doesn't make sense. If it was simple, it'd be like, okay, the stock goes up, then it goes down for a little bit, then it goes back up, you buy, and then it goes up. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to people. But so many of these patterns are like, okay, we're gonna have a bullish inverted head and shoulders pattern. What? What the fuck what does that mean? Bullish inverted head and shoulders. What does that mean? It doesn't make any sense. It's so complex. And then the requirements for the pattern to happen is so weird. Well, this candle has to have a top wick, but the next candle has to have a slightly smaller wick, and the next candle has to have it's like, okay, but these patterns, and that comes to my second point, they barely happen. In real life, if you sit down and look at a chart and you wait for some of these patterns, they're barely gonna happen. They're literally never gonna happen. So let's say you're like, you know what, I'm only going to trade, in my trading strategy, I'm only going to trade the bullish inverted head and shoulders pattern, right? Forget all the other patterns. I think the bullish inverted head and shoulders pattern is the best one. I'm only going to trade that. If you wait, stare at a chart and wait for that bullish inverted head and shoulders pattern, I guarantee you're never going to see it. You're never going to see it. And if you see it, it might be maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. And what if you take that trade and it ends up becoming a loss? Well, then you have to wait another month until you can trade. It doesn't make any sense to me. They barely happen. Why not look for a pattern that makes sense? It's not complex. It's simple and happens a lot. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? That's exactly what the pattern I use has. And the last thing I want to talk about is win rate, right? Like most of these patterns, like look at this one, for example. You're trading against the trend. You're literally trading against the trend. So the stock is aiming down, right? It's leaning down, it's trending down. But now you're going to go long? How does that make any sense? Why would you go long on a stock that's going down? Again, it's going down over here, but we're going to go up. Like, how does that make any sense? Why are we trading against the trend? So what you often find with these patterns, these terrible patterns, is that your win rate is terrible. It's garbage. Because you're trading against the trend, you're trading complex things that even you don't understand. It's just a mess. It's just a complete mess. So now I'll show you the pattern that I use. This one's simple, right? It doesn't barely happen. It happens multiple times a day. In fact, most days nowadays, I take 2, 3, 4 trades a day. So it happens every single day. And the win rate is exceptionally high. If you can master it, if you can put some time and energy into it, which is what I've done, the win rate can be exceptionally high. So let's get into that pattern. But before that, quick heads up, I have my free trading bundle. It includes a free course. It has 3 ebooks inside. There's a trade tracker. You can put all your trades there, your entry price, your exit price. You can put a picture, some notes, some lessons from that trade. There's also a gift inside. So if you guys do want all these bonuses, click the first link in the description now to get it. Again, it's completely for free. You have nothing to lose. Go click that link. So what's the pattern that I use? The pattern that I use is called the bull flag. And the picture you can see on the right is exactly what it is. And it's so fucking simple. Let me explain to you what it is, how you can use it, how I use it, everything. Let's go. So the bull flag, it consists of 3 main parts. The first part is the surge. Second part is profit taking. And then we have the next move up. So the surge we can see on these first 2 candles, right? The stock price surges up, right? And maybe it's a breakout. Maybe it's some really good news that was posted so the stock immediately goes up. I don't care what the fuck the reason is. Point is, the stock is trending up. Now again, if this happens while the stock is trending down, I'm going to ignore this. So for example, if the price was just going down and down and down and down before this, and then it started trending up, I'm not gonna buy it because now I'm trading against the trend. I want to see that the stock was going up and up and up for a while, right? So the general trend is the stock is going up. That's a very important distinction. So anyway, back to the bull flag. So again, we have a surge, right? We have a nice surge upwards. Then we have some profit taking. We have some red candles, right? People are taking profit. Why are they taking profit? Well, because the stock surged up, right? Someone bought over here, let's say for example, the stock is up and now they're going to be selling right over here, right? So it's common sense. It makes sense. It's like, okay, someone bought over here, it went up, so obviously they're going to sell. And because they're going to sell, the price goes down, right? There's logic to it. As it's going down, we move on to the next step, which is called the next move. So what's going to happen is this candle is going to open, this green candle over here. It's going to start going up and up and up and up and up. And as soon as this green candle breaks the previous red candle's high, so this level over here, I'm going to buy. So I'm going to buy roughly over here. Stock then surges up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and I sell somewhere there for a profit when I see some resistance. That is the pattern that I use. Is that not simple? Did you understand everything I said? Did you require a PhD to understand? This is what I mean. If these people just taught you simple patterns that make sense, like the world would be fucking incredible. But they don't. They tell you about inverted head and shoulders. Like, what are you talking about, bros? So this is a pattern that I use. So now let me explain to you how I incorporate this pattern into a strategy. Because a pattern in and of itself doesn't really make much sense. You need a strategy, right? You need to incorporate the pattern into a strategy for it to work long term. So I'll explain to you what my strategy is. So let's get straight to it. So what is the best strategy? This, by the way, is a strategy that I use exclusively. Like, I don't trade any other thing. I don't trade any other strategy. This is the only one I use. This should let you know how good this strategy is. So the first step of the strategy is we need to find volatile stocks. This does not work. I see people asking these stupid questions in the comments all the time. Hey bro, does this work on futures? No, it doesn't. Like, if you watch the video, you'll understand it doesn't work on futures. Hey bro, does it work on crypto? Like, no, it doesn't. It literally says, find volatile stocks. So the first step is to find volatile stocks. I'll teach you how to do this. The second step is to choose one of them. So once we find the volatile stocks, you might have 15, you might have 10, you might have 12. We need to choose one of them, or maybe two of them to trade. Then we buy with the pattern, and then we sell. So let's go through each of the steps in detail right now. Let's go. The first step is to find stocks. How do we do this? Go to a stock screener. I use the one on TradingView. You can use whatever fucking screener you want. Don't overcomplicate it. Just make sure you can sort the screener by gap percentage like I have over here. That's all I do. Once you have a list of gappers of the stocks gapping up pre-market, you're good to go. Now, if you want my exact screener, it's in the community, the Drake Room. So step number 2 is the watch list. So once we have all of these stocks, we have all the gappers, we want to wait for market to open. Once market opens, we want to see what the stock does, how the price reacts to the market open. So for example, on the left, we have a very bad example. We can see the stock open over here, market opened, and immediately just went down and down and then down again. This is terrible. We don't want this, right? You might say, oh yeah, but I see an inverted head and shoulders. Bro, it's trash. The stock is going down. What do you mean you see an inverted head and shoulders? Why are you trading against the trend? We need to trade with the trend. So we need to see the stock going up. And on the right, we see a very good example. So the stock opens up right over here. Stock surges up and up and up and up and up and up right over here. This is perfect. We need to be watching this closely for a pullback, for a bull flag. Step number 3 is to enter. So you see it's the exact same stock from the exact same gap scanner. We can see we had a nice big surge up. And look at that. What do we see over there? A red candle. What does red candle mean? Profit taking. So again, remember, someone would have bought over here, someone would have bought at this level, someone would have bought at this level, someone would have bought at this level. But because the price went up and up and up, they're all going to be taking profit on this red candle. That's why the candle is red. And so all we need to do is we need to wait for the next move up, which is exactly on this green candle right over here. So I want to wait for the candle to go up, right? Start the next move. I want to enter right then and there. So that's exactly what I do. And the last step is to obviously take profit. So you can see I entered right over here. Stock surged up and up and up and up and up. And when I saw it had some resistance, I sold right over here. That is how simple it is. That's the whole strategy, right? It's super simple. You find a stock that's volatile. You find the ones that are going up, that have a trend. You wait for a pullback, you wait for a bull flag. Once you see a bull flag, you enter, stock squeezes up, you sell. That is it. Now, if you're thinking, okay, Draco, this is fucking fabulous, but maybe I need some more help, or I need some more support, or I don't know where to get started, then I invite you guys to join my community, the Draco Group. So I'm in the Wins channel right now. You can see just today, so literally a couple minutes ago, we had Nick over here who made $276 using the same strategy. We had Mike over here who made 212. We had Abdullah who made 328. We had Ashley 254. Freddie made some money over here on the bull flag. Again, same stuff, super simple strategy. We had OLVR who made 290. We had Luke who made 248. We had people are making wins every single day. I can just scroll forever because people make so many wins because the strategy is that simple. When you join the community, you also get access to all of my live trades. So every single time I make a trade, I record my screen, it goes up, I sell, and then I make a video afterwards explaining exactly why I bought, why I sold, all the analysis, and I post these every single day after I take a trade. It's extremely valuable. You can literally see the stock go up and down while I'm entering. It's amazing, super resourceful. Definitely go check that out. In the community, you also get a free course. So I explain the exact strategy in super detail. This strategy has made me over $2 million. You can find all the details inside the course. There's an FAQ section, there's a watch list, live movers, there's a chat, there's live trades, home runs. There's so much stuff inside the community. Definitely go check it out. So if you guys do want to join the community, email me at this email on screen and I'll try to get you a spot inside. I am going to be closing the group pretty soon to just focus on the members that are inside. So if you do want to get in, now is a great time to join. Email me at that email to join. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.